regarding the power of Rudra, regarding the employment for which the Rudra powers would be done, and all these things we will be able to acquaint ourselves. And actually this is called Rudradhyaya or Rudra Prashna or simply Namakam. In different names this section is being named and used. But anyway, a good number of salutations are offered to Lord Rudra, and he is being appeased in different ways by mentioning the various manifestations, various forms of Rudra, because it is conceived that Rudra is all in all. Actually, this Rudra Prashna forms the 16th chapter of the Shukla Yajurveda, which is the chapter containing the mantras or sacrificial formulas for the great sacrifice by name Agni Chayana, building the fire altar in the form of a falcon, Suparna. And first 50 for that, the chapters 11 to 19, 18 actually, belong to this Agni Chayana sacrifice. And these are all the formulas, and it's a long drawn biggest sacrifice. So having made so many offerings to Agni, it is believed that the Agni developed highest heat and energy. In other words, it is called Manyu or Wrath. And that Wrath, that Manyu that has been generated in Agrideva has to be appeased so that the further grace of the Lord could be derived. And in that intention, there is the appeasement done for Rudra, and with the Namaskara, because Namaskara is the highest thing that anybody can imagine, and by offering Namaskara to the gods or higher honorable people, they become pleased, because the Namaskara shows a kind of politeness, submission and Vinaya in other way, so that everything is surrendered before the honor of the person who is under praise. So the Ishvara or Shiva, whom we know, that particular Lord will get the name as Rudra, and this Rudra Shabda has got different derivations. And there are about 5 to 6 derivations of that. So before we get into this Rudra Prashna, we will be able to derive and define the name Rudra. The first one we can think of is Rudam Samsara Dukkham Dravayati Nashayati iti Rudraha. Primarily, the Samsari, Rudra is a god who is able to outwit, remove the sorrows, troubles, difficulties, distresses, any such kind of negativity that would refer to the Rudam. And all that negativity will be removed, destroyed. That kind of power is there with Rudra, and therefore Lord Shiva is called as a Rudra. Rudra, that is Dravayati, Rudam Dravayati, the Rudra. That is, the samsara dukkha is being liquefied or removed. And another important definition is Rutim Shabdam Vedarupam Rashi Dadati iti Rudraha. Namely, Rudra is the individual God who is able to give us all wisdom, all knowledge in a combed manner that is being discussed, described, discoursed in the Vedas. So all 4 Vedas talk about the wisdom and also the great Mahat and Mahat are the various gods. And therefore, as a knowledge provider, the Sabda Rudra comes into being, and through that knowledge, Rudra Bhagavan is able to provide knowledge and grace and show compassion to all the beings in the world. The world, the Jagat consists of Stavaras and Jangamas, mobile and immobile objects. To all of them, Rudra is a Gnanadayaka. Another form of the derivation could be Rudra means Rud, Rodhika, Bandhika, Mohita, Shaktihi, Tadvan, Rudraha. That is, Rudra is able to restrain all that infatuation, all that difficulty which will provide a hurdle for our progress. So in order that we must be able to overcome the hurdles, there should be extra energy, and that energy has also got to be given by the Paramatma only. After all human beings are very frail. They do not have energy by themselves. So unless God-given energy is also imbibed, there cannot be activity of higher level. Therefore, Rudra is one God who can give that Shakti enough so that we will be able to overcome all the infatuations, the worldly infatuations, and progress spiritually to the heights of happiness. And another definition or derivation of Rudra is Ritya Veda Rupaya Dharmadin Avalokayanti Prapayati iti va Rudraha. Rudra enables the devotee, the upasaka, to be able to observe dharma, to be able to understand dharma, to be able to execute the dharma requirements, and that too connected to Vedas, or that dharma which has been explained in the Vedas, and he gives enough light and intelligence that we will be able to understand the higher knowledge and derive subsequent benefit owing to the grace of Rudra. And another definition would be Rutya Pranavarupaya Swatmanam Prapayati iti Rudraha. So it is believed that all gods emanate from Omkara, Pranava Swarupa. All gods are Pranava Swarupas. So the Rudra is the representation of the Omkara Nada, Omkara itself, through which Upasana one will be able to have a self-realization, or one will be able to know about his own self and grow in self-improvement, self-enlightenment and self-achievement. Therefore, Rudra also helps towards that type of knowledge. Therefore, he is called Rudra. And again, one more definition is, Rud is Dukha. Rudra, Rud means to cry. And the cry of the Rudra is very, very big. We actually cry when some pain strikes us, when difficulty strikes us, when we become helpless and hopeless. Especially when the child were to get out from the womb of the mother, come into this samsara, the child is made to cry, a sign that the child is living. And therefore, the cry is also a sign of health, a sign of activity. Therefore, with this with this cry, one would be able to overcome the samsara, and he would be able to, Rudra will be able to provide enough strength to overcome the samsaric vibrations which will cause a detergent for the spiritual progress. So in any case, Rudra Shabda is very, very great, that he will enable any and everybody to become more and more sensible, sensitive, and able enough to cross over many of the hurdles and make their life quite smooth. Because in the Rudra Prashna which we are going to discourse, you are coming across repeated namaskaras or salutations done to Rudra, say 165 times, and we have got more than 300 forms, manifestations, names of Rudras. They are all said to be Rudra Rupas. And Rudra in this Adhyaya is taken as an individual god. At the same time, he has also got great parivara. That is called Rudraha. So Rudra singular as an individual god, Rudra in different forms, in different styles, in different states, with different habits. They are all spread in all over the world, all over the universe, and they are guarding the universe. They take care of it. That is the concept of Rudra. Therefore, Rudra Prashna is all pervasive, all encompassing, and therefore, if we understand Rudra, we will understand the entire message from the Vedas, all Vedas together. And Yajurveda, especially this particular Rudradhyaya, is found in the Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya Samhita as the Chaturtha Khanda, and as the Panchama Prapataka. So this is Yajurveda. And of course we find in the Rigveda also Rudra Sukta, but the mode of that Sukta is different. Here it is a useful text which is employed directly in the sacrifice, a practical situation where from you get all kinds of rewards, whatever they are. Therefore, the yajna, the sacrifice, is the tool through which we will be able to get the goal. So yajna is the tool, yajna is the goal, as the Rigveda itself points out when it says yajnena yajnama yajanta deva tani dharmani pradhamanyasan. So yajna is a prathama dharma, the primary duty, and in this execution of duty, people will have lot of benefits. It is not only the Yajamana he gets the benefit, but all those people who attend, who do not attend, but who have interest, and who are included, who are not included, everybody gets benefit because of this Rudra Prarthana. And now we will have the text recited, and I just go bit by bit. I recite this text for some time, and I try to give you the gist so that we will be able to understand what we are doing when we recite the text. Shuddha Spadiga Sankasham Suddha Vidya Pradayakam Shantam Chidanandam Sada Shivamaham Bhaje. This is the Dhyana Sloka. This Rudra is Shanta, always quite calm, tranquil, composed, and he is the provider of Shuddha Vidya, pure knowledge. Vedic knowledge is said to be the pure knowledge. So what are that pure knowledge you can always utilize for our benefit. So there is no contamination, there is no adulteration in the Vedic knowledge, it is simply pure. That's why in order to expose the pure knowledge of the Veda, we have a number of great commentators, the Bhashikaras, who try to explain the Veda mantras in different angles, in various angles, so that the need of the student can be fulfilled. Therefore, the Bhashya writing is something universal where many people's interests are catered. So here we made a prarthana to Bhagavan Rudra, who is Chidananda Rupa, always happy, calm, peaceful, not at all with agitated mind. And to that Rudra we begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namaste Rudramanyava Uto Daishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Ya Daishuhu Sivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavyaya Tavatayano Rudramrudaya या ते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा अपापकासिनी तया नस्तनुवा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकसीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्त हस्ते ॐ बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसीः पुरुषं जगतो शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असतो अद्य वोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषको अहीगुश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणभुत बभ्रुस्सु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्राः अभितो दिक्षु श्रिताः सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडयीमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वाभूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरार्त्नियोर्ज्यां याः ते हस्तैषवः पराता भगवो वपा अवतत्स्य धनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विज्यं धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागं भूता अनेशन्नस्येष वा आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिः मीढुष्टमा हस्ते बभूव ते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातदाय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदधे नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् गृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मिन् निधेहितम् ॐ शम्भवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः. This is the first recitation of the first part of the Anuvaka of the Rudra Prasna. Actually, there are 11 passages which are in Vedic prose, and today we will be able to cover one passage, and then we understand how beautiful, how melodious, how much rhythmic is the Vedic prose which we find here, and which will vibrate and make many people happy and comfortable. Now I like to describe the meaning or the communication which this passage wants to make here. You observe, we begin the whole Adhyaya section by offering salutation to Rudra and his various forms, and also the weapons he held in his hand. Not only his hand, also the shoulders, the hand, the fingers, and connected to the holding of the weapons, all that has been mentioned here. And if we analyze as a part of understanding, you will see the greatness involved and the communication extent packed into these expressions. Now you see, Namaste Rudra Manyava. First of all, I told you that the Agni's wrath is Rudra. Wrath is Manyu. So Rudra Manyava, that is the anger of our Agni taken as the name of Rudra. To that Rudra we make our salutations. Then Rudra is really active, energetic and helpful when he has got to use his arrows. Therefore, we make namaskara for the Ishave Namaha, for the arrows, not 1, 2, 3. Ishu is singular, Ishave, that is he is holding the arrows with him. So even to the arrows, the namaskara is done. Next aspect is again Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhya Mutate Namaha. See, now Namaste Astu, let there be namaskara. To what? Who is this Rudra now? At the outset, the first foremost feature of Rudra is an archer. Dhanvane, he is expert in bow yielding. And we have so many examples and illustrations and stories where Shiva is taken to be a wonderful archer, and so good archer that he wanted to test Arjuna, who is again a better archer, before he fixed the eligibility for Arjuna to receive the Pasupatastra, for which Arjuna was doing penance. Therefore, Dhanvane is name given to in the Yajurveda itself, or the title given to Rudra. Dhanvane, and Dhanush is being operated comfortably owing to the skill and ability and strength present in the hands or shoulders. Therefore, Bahubhyam, the shoulders are referred to. Uta te namaha. Here the word is Uta. Uta means here or ik also. So not only to his bow, to his bow, also to the shoulders which hold the arrows. And again, Ya Taishu Shivatama Shivam Babhuva Te Dhanuhu. See, basically, your arrow is auspicious. Your arrows are employed to do good for the world, to protect people, to punish the wicked people, to uphold the interests of the Sat people. Therefore, basically, Te Ishuhu Shivatama, your arrow is very much doing good, quite auspicious. Shivatama, and therefore, Te Dhanuhu Shivam Babhuva. So the reasoning it out that your Dhanus has turned out to be a very beneficial bow, because when you use your ayudhas for a benefic purpose, definitely you are a benefactor. So Rudra is the benefactor. He uses his arrows and he uses his skills only to punish the wicked and protect the good. That's why Shiva is auspicious, the arrows are auspicious, the bow is auspicious, and the shoulders of Lord Shiva, which holds the bow, is also auspicious. Therefore, you see totality of Shivatva found in Rudra. So Rudra is not taken to be always a ghastly, terrific personality, the very appearance of whom is so frightening. No, our Yajurveda wants to communicate the impression that Shiva or Rudra is really Shiva only. And in the next line, you see Shiva, Sharavya, Ya, Tava, Taya, No, Rudra, Mrudaya. Look at the verb Mrudaya. Mrudaya is the Kriya Pada, making that be compassionate to me, be protective to me. How? Saravya Tava. Tava Saravya. Shiva, and what kind of Saravya it is? It is a Shiva, quite auspicious, graceful and helpful. With that kind of arrow, what he should do to you, because you are devoting yourself to Lord Rudra, and Rudra is very close to his devotees, he will never trouble others. He will always take somehow to protect, risk enough to protect his devotees. Therefore, you are making a prayer, O Rudra, Rudra is your friend. Rudra may be God, but when you call Rudra, when you respect Rudra, Rudra becomes your benefactor. And you become intimate with Rudra. When you become intimate with Rudra, you have all freedom to call him by name, Rudra only. Then, Yate Rudra Shivatanu Aghora Apapakasini. Now the Rishi speaks about the total personality of Rudra, or the Sarira. And Rudra te tanuhu Shiva. So your body structure, build is highly beneficial. Shiva te, and Aghora, that is not at all ghastly, not at all terrific, but highly comfortable and accessible. And again, Apapakasini. Kasini means flashing out, showing out, illuminating. So Apapakasini means Apapa is sin. So whatever papa, whatever sin, whatever fall is there, when that is erased, what remains is purity. So Apapakasini means he is signifier of purity and purity. The luster of purity, the brilliance of purity, and therefore the total personality of Rudra is absolutely pure. And now with such kind of pure, unfearful, comfortable body, you are making a request, because here Tanu is Strilinga, and here also Taya Dastanuva Shantamaya Girishanta Abhichakasihi. So here Shantamaya, he is again called another name, by another name called as Girishanta. The Rudra, Shiva, is found in the mountains. His habitation is in mountains. So he is a mountain god. Therefore, he is called as Girisha. He lives in mountains, mountainous regions. And also Shantamaya, and he is always calm, quiet, tranquil, with equipoised mind. There is no kind of disturbance in the appearance of Rudra, and therefore he is called as Shantamaya, Tanuva, Taya. What he should do? Abhichakasi, because he is sinless, he is pure, he wants you to make you bright. So when you are in touch with brightness, you are also bright. When light is focused on you, you look very brighter. So light is bright, and you are in the under the sway of light. Therefore, you are light, that is light. That kind of equalization takes place because of the grace of Rudra. And again he comes to the description of the arrow which holds. Yamishum Girisanta Haste. So, Hey Girisanta, the name, new name given to Rudra, other than Shiva, the Girisanta is repeated again and again because he is a mountain god. And what is he doing as a mountain, as a mountain god? He would keep in his hand, Haste, Ishum. Ishu is again arrows. He bears in his hand the arrows, and with that arrows, Shivam Giritratam Kuru, you make a request that make those arrows which are in your hand to be again once more auspicious to me. And again, he is given one more name here as Giritra, living in mountains. Tra is a place, Giri is the mountain. So the dwelling of Lord Rudra is upon the mountains. So the mountain god Rudra is being prayed and is being slowly one by one prayers are done, because the stuti is the root cause that makes gods increase their strength, and the gods who are of increased strength will be able to increase your strength, so that you will be happy and God also will be happy.